everybody, how's it? Aloha. Well, today I've had this band suggested a bit early on, and then I put it in my list and stuff, and lately I've gotten pretty bombed with a lot of requests. Coheed and Cambria. I look forward to this. I did click on another track just to kind of get an idea of what I was getting myself into. And I think I'm going to be really pumped about this track here. I mean, I don't know. I've never heard it. Please remember, if people leave their suggestions, and then there's different songs each people leave, and then I do this kind of like filtered search and stuff. So this is the one that I've chosen, and I'm sure there's definitely other ones in the catalog. So please be sure in your comments, drop other tracks in the catalog from this band that you want me to check out. I want to thank you guys ahead of time. You know the channel's not monetized. Any ads that run, copyright claimed by the publishers, writer, record companies, musicians. Hopefully they're making a couple dollars. Therefore, if you so see fit, buy me a cup of coffee. The link will be down below. Also, I got a little bit of merch, which is super kind of cool. Ta-da! That 100% of that goes actually the stuff I do with the kids. A link for the music, their merch, and everything will also be down below because I support everybody I can. So. Iced coffee. Ow. Dentist time. Coheed and Cambria, The Pavilion, a long way back. All right. Wow, I got a lot to say about this. First of all, this is a universal sign if you've never seen one of my videos for chicken skin. That's just, that visceral reaction when you hear something and you get, chills. Here in Hawaii, we call it chicken skin. And I'm finding out some places in Europe as well, I'll also say that. All right, the opening, the muted plucking work that the guitarist player is doing, I really like that sound, and I like the fact that it is in the middle of what we're hearing here, but the timed delay is only to the left side. So I kind of like that. At that point I knew there was going to be an expectation of filling that up. Also, that gave me a U2 kind of vibe. That's what in U2 they use that as a principal application in a lot of songs, is that style, that digital delay muted guitar work. Then the drums come in with these particular chord changes, which is it was just toms, and then all of a sudden I got this feeling. This goes to show you how old I am. That's why this is called the Decomposer Lounge from the old composer, because I'm not old, but Phil Collins, please, because I don't remember, please. I forgot the name of that, but you remember that? What was that? Phil Collins. It was great, toms and stuff, and please let me go, set me free. I don't know, whatever. So I get this vibe, and I'm really locked into it now. Now because of what that's making me feel, I'm really locked into it. Then, surprise of my life, this guy's voice. You know, when I listen to a new band, I never know what to expect. And what an amazing voice. What an absolutely amazing voice. And at least this is the first time I've ever heard of this band. And of course, I try not to watch the video too much, but he's got such a positive presence, you know, and seemingly passionate joy as a singer. So now we get into this and he's singing and everything. Second verse, adding another harmony to it, which I was totally stoked about. It's light loaded in the mix. It's back there. and then there was this pre-chorus turnaround that was really super nice. I thought, could this be the chorus? I mean, if it is, maybe the bridge. And then they hit us with the hook. I've had some comments about explaining what a hook is. I think I'll do a separate video on that, so I don't get too far off here. So as the song completely powers into the hook, one of the things I dialed into automatically is what wonderful bass work. You know how I am about the bass, man. I do not leave out the bass. I try. Well, I don't try. I hear it. I feel it. But I want to make sure that every musician gets the equal, you know, joy from me, because especially when you have bass work like this. And what I love about bass arrangements, in most cases arranged by the bass player. I mean, there are some bands where a guitar player will arrange a bass. But then any good producer in a band like that will allow the bass player to take his own creativity. If I was to say, okay, here are the chords, blah, 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 and the bass player's locking in with the kick and the drums and the whole thing, because there's usually a killer relationship between the drummer and the bass player. Then there is the liberties the bass players take to do these, you know, quick passages around the end of bars or end of or quick phrases towards the end of, you know, a measure or, you know, 4 bars or something, where they're playing in the pocket and stuff. But then at the end of the of that measure in a turnaround, they might do like a 1-5-8 walking through, and then drop right back into it. Man, is that super cool. So anyhow, I just goobered for a minute. Let's go back and continue on. And but man, this guy's voice, so unique. And it doesn't quite look like the voice that would come out of him, if you know what I mean. It's like that Chris Squire thing or something. You see him and all of a sudden you get this voice. It's like, qua. All right.
Give it all out. You want me here. Well, then ask me to stay. The glistening wet concrete, the heat of the road, the clamoring hands and the bus you call home. This is it. Believe what you want. In this space I don't fit. The same day repeats with the things that you see. Dirty dressing room carpets and broken TVs. Is this it? In this water I'll tread till the day that I'm dead. Hang on, it's clear that the road's about to get rough. Oh, can you hear the ringing? It's left in my ear. Over and over the light hits the dust. It's the choice that I made, but for us I choose to give it all out. You want me here. Well, then ask me to stay.
Okay, I got to stop there because I heard what sounded like, probably in the 60% volume area, an arpeggiated staccato string. Kind of sounded like it could have been mimicking the arpeggio that the guitar player started with, because in the second verse was a little more power. It seemed like the guitar was taking a little bit more of a presence with that, and what picked up that arpeggiation that was being played in the first sounded like these strings that were doing. And then occasionally, like at the end of every maybe 4 beats or something, there would be just these, you know, half notes of just a quick string passage. Now, I don't know, it doesn't sound like they're live strings. That doesn't matter. But I did want to throw that out there because it had this kind of envelope kind of swell vibe to it at the beginning. But in of itself, it doesn't matter. I thought it was really, really super cool. Now, I don't know if these guys have a keyboard player in there. Now, if they don't, obviously that's an additional layer or overdub to it. But if they do have a keyboard player, he's very sparse thus far in the track. But That was super sick. I totally dug that. You saw me got into it, and then you see me get like crazy again with the bass, man. I'm sorry. Oh, and drummer, well, of course he's tighter than a funeral drum, but there's a lot of great little flammy, fills that are going on in there. Very, very short fuse, not big. But he's doing these shorter fills, maybe on the last 2 beats of the bar, but he's throwing in some, so that's really cool. Sorry, I just get pumped. I can't help it. Here we go.
It's left in my ear over and over. The light hits the dust. It's the choice that I made, but for us, I choose to give it all out. You want me here. Well, then ask me to stay. Goodbye for now. Echoes, echoes. Mile marker, minutes, hours. If this is it and there is no more, and you believe that's true, it's a long way back from here. There's no going home. Hang on, it's clear that the road's about to get rough. Oh, can you hear the ringing? It's left in my ear over and over. The light hits the dust. It's the choice that I made, but for us, I choose to give it all out. You want me here. Well, then ask me to stay. Well, then ask me to stay. Well, then ask me to
Yeah, that was just so well produced, arranged, and composed. I mean, there's no two ways about that. What else? What I want to bring up is there was the like a pre-chorus or a bridge. I'm sorry, there was a bridge that came in before the last chorus out, and something that I just love it when it happens, when it comes together. Remember, I was talking to you about the relationship between the drummer and the bass player. It's almost its own sphere in the universe of the band sometimes, because they have a unique relationship and they have a unique responsibility, especially when it comes to the kick and the lower tones and the bass. And if you listen to that bridge, when you go back and listen to that bridge again, listen to how the kick and the bass are locked. They're completely 100% locked, and that's absolutely crazy. Another thing I love is also beautiful harmonies, great harmonies. And I'm just enamored with the guy's voice now. I think I'm going to do a dive on my own, but I'm going to kind of wait until you guys give me some other songs to check out. I think this is one of their more recent ones, because I did notice when I was checking out some of their stuff, it was there was some, quite a few years ago that they did what they did. And then, of course, I'm sorry, guys, but listen, if you're a bass player or you love bass playing, this is school. This is a schooling of, you have to like it, you have to move, you have to feel this way. I'm not saying that every bass player needs to learn how to maneuver this around here like this, but the way he was playing, I just was like, yeah, that's it. That's filling that pocket right in here and keeping it forward moving. The whole production was very forward moving. This was kind of like driving through a desert, at full speed, just sun setting and stuff like that. This was a full power drive song as far as emotionally. That's how I felt about it. Anyhow, my God, listen to me yammer on about this stuff. Coheed and Cambria, The Pavilion, A Long Way Back. This song link will be right below without me yapping at it. And also the link for the cup of coffee, so should you see fit. If not, I actually have one more I'm going to drop on you guys tomorrow morning. Usually I don't do anything on the weekends, but I'm going to drop one tomorrow because I'm taking Monday off. because I got a couple things I got to do. Life calls. You know, the older you get, the better you were. Doctor goes, hello, George, you got to come in. So don't worry, I'll be all right. Anyhow, thanks. Bocce. Bocce, that's a word we use in Hawaii for karma, because I just said that. I can start hacking. Anyhow, you guys take care. All right.